Woo! We're live with
And we're
Ali.
live.
Exactly. We are live with Ali and his awesome team.
We're live
And
with Ali
the very amazing alumni of the Teacherton already right now. So we are already half hour into the whole show and it's really getting so exciting. So thank you everybody for showing up. So I'm going to leave everything over to Kirsten to introduce Ali and then let's see how the show runs.
Okay, thank you so much, John. Thank you for organising everything.
You're welcome.
Hi guys, we're here with Ali, and you've got a bit of an international crew with us today to support Ali on his demonstration. He's going to lead you some really wonderful, fun engagement. So, Mr. Ali Ezzeddine, he's one of the trilingual educators of our world. Wonderful educator, author, father, businessman, all-round good person. And we're here with some of our across the world international family. We're all in different locations. Ali's in Dubai. I'm in Thailand. Where are you, Fanny?
I'm in France right now.
And Mihal, I seem to remember you're in Doha.
Exactly. Hi, everyone.
And Kushpa's joining us from where?
I'm coming from India.
India. So you can see we're very, very global today, and we're happy to be. We've got no idea what Ali's going to tell us to do. We just follow Ali's instructions and usually just have a great time. So Ali, over to you.
So, hello everyone. Hopefully it will not be a very challenging experience, as everyone noticed today that we are new to this platform and we are trying to explore it. And let's see if you will be able to express your feelings with me during this session. And we are going to have fun as usual. I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Ali from Lebanon. I live in the UAE in Dubai. I've been in the education field for 18 years now. I'm a PYP lead educator, a published author for kids, trilingual, as you said, Kirsten. And you can see on the screen my website and my email if you would like to stay in touch after the presentation. I would like to thank Mihai, Kirsten, Fanny, and Kushbu, who decided to be volunteers with me this afternoon and spend 1 hour with me to express their feelings and their emotion. They don't know what is happening in the session and what are the strategies that I prepared. So we are going to model a real life classroom where I'm the teacher, they are going to be my student, and they will be doing the exercise with me live. So I have one question for today, and my question is the following. What are some strategies to express your emotions and feeling? I prepared like maybe 6 or 7 strategies, and we are going to demonstrate those strategies, and we are going to reflect on those strategies together. And let's start in the chat. If you are watching me live on Facebook or on YouTube, let me know what is your name, where are you located, and what is your role?
I'm going to see if anything comes up on this chat.
So, are you able to see my full screen? Yeah, you're seeing my full screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, so Kirsten is saying we can see it. In the chat, the people who are watching me, feel free to write, where are you from? What is your role? And then maybe my panelists, you can do the same. So Kirsten, let us know more about you. And then I move to Fanny, then Mihai, and then Kushbu.
Okay, so yeah, I'm Kirsten. I'm from Scotland. As I always say, born in Scotland, raised around the world. I've lived in 19 countries, and it's I think I've travelled through about 86 now. So obviously, travel is a passion. I think that's everything, isn't it? That's all you wanted. Me, where I'm from.
Yes. Okay. Next, Fanny.
Hi, I'm Fanny Passport. I'm currently in a transition, moving into full-time educational consulting at No Borders Learning. And I'm excited to be joining you today. Thank you for inviting me.
Welcome, Mihai.
Hi everyone, I'm a physical educator in Doha at Arab International Academy, and I've been teaching in 4 different countries for the past 15 years, and I enjoy growing in a climate of collaboration like now with you. That's fantastic. Thank you.
Welcome. Who's next?
Me. So, namaste everyone. I'm Khushbu from India. I have been an IB teacher for 10 years and now I'm a teacher trainer. So, I'm super excited about the session today with my fellow trainers from all over the world. So, thank you for having me, Ali.
Welcome. So I think I'm ready now to move to my following slide, and we are going to use all the letter of the alphabets, and I would like you to give me all the words that comes to your mind related to COVID-19 using all the letter of the alphabet. I'm giving you an example: F like fear and A like angry. So feel free to brainstorm and give me words that comes to your mind related to COVID.
Do we start with A or do we just start?
Yes, go ahead. We start with A.
Adaptable.
Adaptable. Okay. B.
Boring.
Okay. C.
Crazy.
D.
Distance.
E.
Eating.
Yeah. You can say pass if you don't have a word for F.
Flexible.
Flexible. J.
Frustrating.
Global.
H.
Helpful.
Humble.
Health. Okay. I.
Interconnected. Internet.
G.
Do we do
Joy. Joyful.
Joy. Okay. Let's continue. K.
Knowledgeable.
Remember, it's about COVID-19. L.
I am knowledgeable about it now.
M.
Meaningful.
Okay, N.
Never
Never
again.
again.
O.
Oh no,
Oh,
no, no, oh, no.
Opportunities.
P.
Patience.
Okay, bravo. Q.
3, 2, 1. Quarantine.
R.
Rest.
And let's continue. S.
Simplicity.
T.
Time.
Trauma.
Trauma. Okay, U.
Unimaginable.
Uncertainty.
V.
Victorious.
Victory. Yeah, probably.
Okay, W.
Whiskey.
When? Why? Where?
Wine.
X.
Extraordinary.
Okay, and Y.
Why?
MCA.
Yell.
And then Z.
Zoom.
Zootropic. No, zoo something. Zoological. It came from animals, right?
Okay, so we can repeat the same exercise, but we are not going to repeat it. I'm just giving you another version. And then with the same letter of the alphabet, you are going to write all the words related to the word health. And F like freedom and H like happy. I would like to take your feedback on this first exercise about using the alphabet letter to express our emotion and feeling. Who would like to comment?
I believe I'll just break the ice. I believe it's you're gonna come up with the words that best connect to your present context.
Yeah.
So and they will reflect your views over what's happening around you and how much you're influenced or not, and how much you're still driven about your intrinsic values and goals, right?
Okay.
I think what's most interesting to me is like it can sort of indicate different people's mindsets, because like we've all like had different experiences and we've all probably moved through different stages, and we'll all be in different stages depending on our location and how much it's impacting us. Like at the moment it's not impacting me very much, but I noticed that somebody in the chat said fear, which shows that in their context it's still impacting a lot. So I think that you can bring out those like differential like understandings. I think it's quite interesting.
My following exercise will be connecting the words and making sentences. So I would like you to think, when we are healthy, what are our feelings? And when we are in the lockdown, what are our feelings? And I gave you some examples. So schools are open when we are healthy, and schools are closed when we are not. We live in peace when we are healthy, and we are worried during the lockdown. So please, if each one of you can give me 2 sentences, one related to health and one related to the lockdown, using the words that we brainstormed in the first exercise.
I can't remember the words. Healthy. Did you say healthy?
So who would like to give it a try?
Healthy, I'm eating porridge and fruit, and when I'm not healthy, I'm eating ice cream and bacon sandwiches. Sorry, Ali.
Okay. What's
Okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
I mean, based on my understanding, when we are healthy, we are joyful. When we are in the lockdown, we are frustrated.
Good. Mihai?
Healthy, in control. Lockdown, without control.
Good. And who's next?
So when we are healthy, we have the freedom to go out. And when we are in lockdown, it's the quarantine and you're packed up in one room.
Any feedback on how I'm building my exercises and how I'm taking you further in the thinking?
Well, that was compare contrast, so it's more complex in terms of thinking.
Okay, good. Are we ready to continue? Are you able to see my screen, or are
Not
they
yet.
is the screen showing?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Okay, so because if I want to take you further, okay, I don't know how really things are going with sharing the screen.
There's a thing at the bottom that says screen share, but then everybody disappears.
Yes, so I'm going back to my screen share and then I'm saying allow. Let's see if it's working now.
Like magic.
Okay, and in all cases, I can continue without sharing the screen.
Okay,
so
we'll manage.
the exercises are easy, and you can do them easily. The following exercise is about questions, and I'm going to ask you some questions, and I would like you to answer those questions. And to answer those questions, let me see if now the screen is showing. Or no? Strange. Okay, the questions are the following. What did you feel during the lockdown? This is question number 1. What did you feel during the lockdown? Who would like to answer my first question?
Kushbu, just speak. She's putting her hand up. Speak.
I felt bored during the lockdown. In one word, if you want to say bored.
Good. Who's next?
Trapped.
Who's next?
Frustrated.
And then let's finish it with Mihai.
Time expanding.
Okay, so this is my question number 1. My question number 2 is the following, and the question number 2 is, what does the word doctor means to you?
Superhuman.
Okay.
Care.
Okay. Who's next? What does the word doctor means to you?
Medical investigation.
Okay.
Expert in the field.
Okay, question number 3. What does the word pandemic means to you?
It's an epidemic that is all over the world.
Okay.
Huge epidemic.
Everyone is affected.
Okay.
A tragedy.
A once in a lifetime event, hopefully.
Okay, and my following question is, what does the word health means to you?
Responsibility.
Lifestyle.
Body and mind.
Okay.
Presence.
Presence. Voila, those are my first 3 strategies where we really were expressing our emotions and feeling related to the situation, related to the lockdown, related to COVID-19, and we were using only words. It was very simple and very easy. In the following exercise, I'm going to give you 1 minute or less silently think about a sentence, and the sentence should have in it the word during lockdown. You can use the word at the beginning of the sentence, in the middle of the sentence, or at the end of the sentence. I'm going to give you an example. During lockdown, I was at home all the day reading. Or you can say, I was eating all the day during the lockdown. Or you can say, I was playing with my daughter during the lockdown and sleeping. So think about the expression during the lockdown, put it in a sentence, and keep the word at the beginning or in the middle or at the end. And we are going to start. Once you are ready, I'm going to give you a few more seconds to do the exercise. We are going to read the sentences one after the other, and the order will be like that. Fanny will start, Kirsten will continue, Mihai will say his sentence after, and then we will continue with Khushbu. I'm pronouncing your name right? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, Fanny, let's give it a start.
Okay, so I reflected about what mattered most to me during the lockdown.
During the lockdown, I met a lot of new people in my life and formed a team to help educators across the world.
My family members exercised almost daily during the lockdown. We cannot
You're
hear
muted.
you.
She muted?
All right.
Something's going on.
Yes, am I audible?
Yes.
So I understood the difference between needs and wants during the lockdown.
Very good. So imagine now you have done this exercise with your 18 students and you took all those sentences, you grouped all the sentences that started with during the lockdown together, and then you grouped all the sentences that they used during the lockdown in the middle, and then you've put all the sentences where they've put it during the lockdown at the end of the sentence. What do you think will happen at the end of the session or at the end of the sharing?
We'll have a lot of examples
Yes.
of different variety of meanings and structures.
Okay.
Through interactions, students will identify maybe activities that they have done, but maybe it was like a daily practice for them. They're more habitual for them, right?
They might make connections to one another.
Good. And so in which grade level do you think we can use this strategy?
I think
For and above.
I'd go up from 2.
Yeah, I was going to say grade 3, but works. Depends on them.
Depends on the context.
Very good. So I'm going to continue now, and I'm going to take you to my following exercise. And I can see that maybe we lost the PowerPoint presentation. I have no idea why. And in this exercise, you are going to use your 5 senses.
Back.
We have the PowerPoint.
I don't know, Mihai.
Back. I can see it.
Back, we can see it.
You can see it, it's back, very good. So with this slide, we are going to write 5 sentences, and your sentence should start with I see, I hear, I smell, I feel, I touch. So use your 5 senses to express your emotions about the lockdown. I'm going to give you also a few seconds to start thinking about your sentences, and then we are going to share them.
Okay.
So the 5 senses usually brings a lot of connections, emotions, feelings. And so it's very important to use them. And those are some of the activities that teachers can use at the beginning of the year to, again, build the connection between the student, to create those kind of interaction that we need, and to connect together. If I have one of you ready as a volunteer to give it a start, please feel free to go ahead and share your 5 sentences using your 5 senses to describe the lockdown or any other subject you would like to discuss with your student. I'm talking about the lockdown because I know many are still in lockdown, or they are back to the lockdown, or they will be soon in a lockdown again. And it's very important to express our feelings and our emotions. Who would like to give it a start?
I can start.
Go ahead, Kirsten.
Okay, so during the lockdown, I look out my window and I see the swimming pool, but I'm not allowed to swim in it. I can hear the birds cheeping because there's no traffic. I can hear them even louder than usual. I can smell just the breeze because I left the window open. The air is fresh because there's no traffic on the street. I feel virtually peaceful because I'm older and I've come to terms with this is how life is. And I like to touch anything that's soft, so particularly like my velvet cushions or something that I can hug because there's nobody else around me, and I like to have the feeling that there's something close to me.
Thank you, Kirsten, for sharing your emotions and feelings. Let me continue. Who would like to go next?
Okay,
Is
I
it
can
only?
go next.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I see a computer screen all the time in front of me. I hear the news channel all the time because we're getting updates about what's happening. I smell sanitizers everywhere. I feel the mask on my face all the time, and I feel the gloves on my hands all the time. And I touch everything, nothing, and nobody because we're just not allowed to. So I touch nothing, and it's just me alone.
Okay, Mihai, go next.
So is it just to make it? Is it during lockdown? Like it can be in school, can be at home, can be anywhere, right?
Yes, and even if you don't want to talk about the lockdown, you want just to express your five senses in 5 sentences, we can break the rule.
Yes, I kind of see better awareness. I can hear a lot of chatter and laughing, people interacting. Happy to do that more than ever. Um I can smell my breath in the mask, and I do a lot of physical activity. um, I I feel full of energy, and I feel that I'm having more to give. And the last, I'm going to be a bit metaphoric. I touch intentions and I shape dispositions. I really do it with my students these days. It's absolutely incredible.
Okay, thank you, Mihai. Fanny, where are you going to take us with your 5 senses?
Okay, I'm gonna go. I see through the window. I hear silence. I smell the breeze. I feel connected globally. Thank you, Kirsten. And I touch the mouse.
Okay, so who would like to comment on this exercise now that you have done it and you have experienced it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I've done it before, but I've always done it like with kids, like they were imagining they were somewhere, or like we would do it for like history or something. So we do that. But I think
Yeah.
it's sort of interesting, like doing it actually, recalling an experience that you had yourself, that actually made me like deep, like go for the meaning. You know, like not just pick anything, but like what was actually meaningful, had a meaningful memory in it. It was good.
Okay.
It was good like that.
You notice that each one of you took the exercise from a different perspective. And some people were connecting to the day-to-day life. Some people, they connected it to more open-ended question. And this is the beauty of those exercises. So whenever I share similar ideas, or I tell you about those kind of strategies, I always say to the teacher that you can adapt them, change them, put a different context, and make different connections. So anyone would like to continue commenting on the exercise before we continue to the following one?
Well, I really connected with what you just said about perspective. I think it's really amplifying authentic voice and I can feel that I'm already more and more connected with the people. I can almost understand the style. Like everyone has a style, and every exercise we get to know more. So it's powerful.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Mihai?
Just take it further. Like from Fanny, it's about yeah, just seeing that mindset, seeing what's the state of mind of someone that maybe is right next to you, and you might just like pass by without acknowledging it. You know, mindset.
Final comment?
I think just having these five senses there, it kind of gave me a focus on, how to go ahead. Otherwise, you just say it in one line. Okay, I felt this during the lockdown. But having to think from all the five perspectives and all the five senses gave it more depth, I think, and more meaning to what I was actually answering.
Okay, we're going to continue, and we are moving now to a more poetry type of exercises. And my question will be, let's imagine. This is the big title, and I have three questions for you. And this time we are going to talk about health. And my first question is, what is the color of health? Which animal represent health? And how does health sound? So I'm going to repeat the question. Which color you are going to give the health? Which sound you are going to give the health? And which animal you are going to give the health? And so you are comparing.
Hello, I got it.
Okay, so
We've got a teacher-thon advert. That's gone now.
yeah, it's gone. So let's think again about the sound, about the color, and about the animal related to health. Who would like to go ahead?
I got it.
Kirsten, go ahead.
Okay, so the color of health to me is a carpet of green, of all different rich colors of green, and the sound is the sound of the rain hitting the water like tinkling bells, and the animal is a happy Labrador with a big waggy fluffy tail and a big pink tongue.
Good. Next, who's next?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in. Green, definitely, from my perspective. So we have something in common, Kirsten. Second animal is the peregrine falcon. I think it's an expression of speed and full functionality. My son is it's obsessed about it. And the sound. I hate to say it, Kirsten, but yeah, it's the waves. It's the sound of freedom. There you go.
Good. Let's continue.
Okay, I can go. Color of health for me, I see blue. I don't know, I see blue. And as an animal, I see a bear, like a Care Bear maybe. It gives you a hug. And the health sound is a relief sound, like a sigh.
And we finished the exercise with three different comparisons.
Sorry, I didn't hear. What did you say?
I'm saying let's finish.
Okay,
with
so the color I saw for health was white because it's just peaceful and no nonsense kind of a color. The animal that I saw when I thought of health was a tiny cuddly puppy because happiness and energy in tiny puppies. And the sound I heard when I thought of health was of a baby laughing. because they just have that energy and they exude that positive vibe. So that's what I heard when I thought of health.
Good. So for the following exercise, I'm going to give you a magic wand and you will have a wish and we are going to realize your wishes. So if I have a magic wand, I would, or I will, so complete the sentence.
Oh,
Okay, this is any context or
We're still
fun here.
we're still connecting, Fanny, to the health, to the lockdown, to the disease, to our emotion and our feelings.
Well, I want to say if I had a magic wand, I would change schools.
They are changing, so your wish is coming true.
if I had a magic wand, I would make sure that everybody in the world had equal access to opportunities of living a healthful and productive life.
Yes, this is one of those hardest wishes, Kirsten, to make them happen. But we are trying as educator to raise the awareness and to highlight all those problems and try to solve them. Mihai, what is your wish?
Yes, this was very meaningful, Kirsten. And access to education, I would say. But if I have a magic wand, I'll just remove all the mobile phones from the hands of the people that are driving. People, I'm telling you, if something bothers me during the day, this is the one thing. 9 out of 10, they're on their phones.
Okay. Let's continue. We're ready to continue?
Yes.
Okay, and before I move forward, let me hear from you your feedback on those two exercises, the wishes and the comparison.
Well, again, you can take it at very different levels. You can go like something personal or something more like a collective mission. So it's interesting to find out at this time what are people thinking. Yeah.
Okay, let me say hello to Hiba. Hiba, she's watching us from Lebanon and she's also answering questions. And Hiba, she said the sound will be the sound of the waves, the color will be the color of blue, and then the birds are the animals that she connects to health. And this is the exercise, the previous exercise. Maybe Hiba, you can also share with us your wish, and I can read it aloud for all the people who are watching us or who are attending. So I will continue, and my following activity will be using stories. And as you know, Kirsten, she said it at the beginning, I write picture books, I write in French, in English, and Arabic. And I'm going to read for you my newest book. The book is trilingual, and again, as you noticed, I'm facing difficulty with my PowerPoint presentation. So hopefully you will be able to see the nice illustration of the book, and you will enjoy the story. You can see on the screen now the cover, and this is Wahid. Wahid is the name of the hero, and let me translate the word to English. Wahid means he is alone. Or il est tout seul en français. And so the name of the book in Arabic is called Wahid fi Alam al-Khayal, or Wahid in a imaginary world. But when I translated the book, and the book now is available on Amazon, people can buy it on Kindle, or they can ask for a copy, print on demand. I called it Wahid the Artist. because Amazon was not able to understand that my book is a trilingual book and I was not allowed to have this kind of combination of the title where I had Arabic and English at the same time. So I was obliged to change the title. And this is what happens when we are working only with computers and artificial intelligence. So I play with words in all my stories, and then this was not really possible in the exercise when I was working with Amazon to make my book available on Amazon. So, are you ready for the story?
Always. Always ready.
Always ready to listen?
Let's go.
Okay, let me make sure that you are able to see my screen and you are able to see the illustration. Otherwise, we will lose the whole. We will lose the whole kind of emotions and feelings that I would like to highlight. So this is Wahid. I'm going to spend a lot of time here, so I'm going to start my reading. And this is Wahid's mother. She works in a clothing store. This is Wahid's father. He works in a factory all day. This is Mr. Farid, Wahid's art teacher. And this is Wahid, a child unlike anyone else, born 9 years ago. Wahid doesn't know that he will change everyone around him. Wahid is a dreamer. He loves drawing strange creatures and expressive faces. Are you able to see the pictures?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. He draws frightened faces and scary faces. Horrifying faces and incomplete faces. His teacher, Farid, his mother, and his father observe these faces with grief. Amal, his only friend, supports him. And let me say here between brackets that Amal is an Arabic name, which means hope. So Amal, his only friend, supports him. They play together without saying a single word by making shadows with their hands. Sometimes they wrestle, and other time they fight. Amal walks away silently. Wahid couldn't speak. Amal is sad. Wahid returns to his word. He draws new silent faces. Wahid grew up and became a famous artist. His mother is proud of him. His father, his teacher, and his friend Amal as well. Wahid was different. This is what the doctor had said when Wahid started painting at the age of 9. And this is the end of my story. So let me hear your feedback, your emotion, your question. How did you find the story? And let's reflect together on the story. What kind of emotion you felt? What kind of ideas came to your mind before we start wrapping up our session?
May I start?
So please go ahead.
Go Mihai.
Ladies first.
No, go ahead.
I insist.
Me too.
All right, so I believe and I felt that the narration is really important. It just brought me at peace with my thoughts. It brought me the focus on the subject, and it helped me to the pace helped me to work better with my imagination and picturing Wahid in his world, you know. So I think the way we narrate just invites the audience to a certain mindset, and it just creates meaning to what they're hearing, right? I believe that.
Fanny?
I felt compassionate. I felt like empathizing with the characters, and I love to hear stories that can be taken at so many different levels, very open-ended to interpretation, and I can connect very well with the story of Wahid around me, and I love the stories to be about being different and still fulfilled.
Good.
Would like to comment next on the story?
I'm going to just admit I was a little bit distracted because I did some of my growing up in the Middle East, and then I also worked in the Sudan. So I've actually got a really good friend called Wahid. So I was thinking about him, and I was thinking that it's actually really unusual to hear a story being read aloud now that's got actually like names from different cultures and characters from different cultures. When I was growing up, I used to read a lot. I always read the Arabian Nights, and I read all the Indian folk tales and everything. So I was always used to lots of characters, lots of different names. And then I just realized, like, well, at the moment, like all my readings kind of like it's a bit bland. So it was making me think about that as well. Like that I should be like reaching out a bit more in my reading to be getting a bit more into like diverse characters. So that was I might have missed some of the story because I was busy thinking. Sorry, but it provoked thinking.
Dina, who's watching us on Facebook, is saying it's the first time I hear Wahid's story. It's lovely. And Dina, you can find it on my YouTube channel in the Arabic version because on YouTube all my stories are in Arabic. Hiba is commenting and saying that how we can deal with others who are different. This is the idea that came to my mind, and I felt the empathy when you were reading the story. This brings us to the end of this session, and I would like to ask you before we wrap it up, Raja, hello, Raja is also watching us, so thanks for being here and commenting, Raja. How did you felt during this session? Because the whole session, it was about our feelings, so let me hear from you.
Interconnected.
Okay. Kirsten, what kind of feelings you had?
I just always like it was lovely to like reflect, connect, like hear from other people, different perspectives, and it's just nice to like be part of a session that's not just about showing people something and telling people something, but actually like engaging and thinking. So thank you.
Good. And then Mihai?
Yeah. It definitely invites to reflection, and it is extremely rewarding when interacting with others, even if it's online. As we get glimpses of different mindsets and contexts, and I think we are craving for this to touch different realities. It's like I think David Perkins was saying, play the game, away. Play the away game, just move a little bit out of your yard, get out of your school and try to play the same game. Is it looking the same?
Good. And Khushbu?
I think it made me feel very fresh because when you're listening to everybody around the world going through the same thing and realizing that everybody's in the same boat and everybody is on Titanic right now, you feel you get a positive push towards the future, So that connectedness, there is some hope. So it gives hope.
Very good. So this is the end of my session this afternoon. I would like to thank you again, Fanny, Kirsten, Khushbu, Mihai with my last minute invitation. So thanks for being available. And as you notice, like even if I try to make it interactive, as I always like to have my session interactive, I had all kinds of difficulties and you cannot see what is happening on my screen now. But I hope we sent a nice message to the people who were watching and then the people who will watch again. I shared my email and my website at the beginning of the session. So for all the people who are watching, feel free to connect. And let me here say that Fanny will be joining us in the next maybe less than 10 days. And she will be presenting again during our early years day that we are organizing 7 different sessions in Arabic, in English, in French, about early years, about play-based learning, and about playing outdoor and having fun outdoor. So feel free to join us. You can connect with me via LinkedIn or Facebook or even on YouTube. Any final words from my volunteers this afternoon? And
How did you feel, Ali?
I feel a little bit stressed. It's not easy to deal with a new platform where you are not really used to it. But I was trying to make it happen, and then as you can see from the chat, the people who are watching maybe they didn't notice this at all, and I was just stressing because I want everything to be perfect, and sometimes imperfection is also a way to tell our teachers and our presenter, we took the risk to volunteer today, the three of us, Fanny, Kirsten, and myself, because you also had sessions in the morning, and we're spreading our passion. And when you are spreading your passion, you just enjoy it.
Just go with the flow. But it is a tricky platform, and you did really well with it. Figuring out how to come backwards and forwards. I didn't even know you could do that. So I think I was speaking to someone. I said I think this is the 5th platform I've learned to use now, and I still think it's the phone thing.
I will be live again tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a panel about the importance of reading, and we are taking a case from Scotland, and we will be different people speaking about what happened and how they raised the PISA results. So join me. I'm using also another platform. I'm not sure what will happen during the session. It's a bilingual session, and I'm sure there will be more learning and more sharing and more fun. Thanks again for everyone, and we stay connected. Okay.
We stay connected.
Sure.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Get off here. Do we just say
Thank
bye
you,
bye?
everyone. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
You did it. Look.